reason Mary Ainsworth went to work with Bowlby was because she wanted to understand individual differences in parent-infant and parent-child relationships. That's what she really cared about. She was interested in the question of, how come some children just cling to their mothers? They just stick their face into her skirt and they won't even look out. They won't greet any strangers. Whereas other children, the parents take them to a public place and they have to put a leash on them. Otherwise, they're just going to bolt completely. Huge individual differences in the way children react to their parents and the wider environment. Where do those differences come from? There wasn't anything satisfactory really in dependency theory, as far as she was concerned, for understanding those individual differences. Because the more you feed a baby, not necessarily the more he's going to be attached to you. So she thought, maybe it's attachment theory. This idea of a psychological motivation, feeling of security, can give me a handle on why there are these individual differences. Mary moved from London, where she was working with Bowlby, to Baltimore in the United States of America. She started her work at Johns Hopkins University, where she carried out and published her major piece of research on patterns of attachment. This is her book. She took attachment theory in a new direction. She recruited pregnant women and asked them to enroll in her study and kind of just threw everything at them. She interviewed them about their feelings about being a parent, what their plans were for how they were going to treat their babies when they were born. Then once the babies were born, she visited them in the hospital, she visited them at home, she had regular home observations all the way through the first year of life, where she did all kinds of things. Now this was before videotape, so she had a little army of research assistants who went to their homes, followed them around, measured things like the average distance between the mother and the baby, how quickly did the mother respond when the baby cried, is the mother feeding on a rigid 4-hour schedule, which was all the rage back then, or does she do it in a different way? Just all kinds of things. What's her attitude towards parenting? What's her attitude towards her husband? What's her attitude towards the baby? Ainsworth just gathered all the data she possibly could. And then she realized, oh, I've got so much data. How am I going to organize this? I need something standard. If I want to compare from one family to the next, I need one standard that will allow me to make the comparisons. So she developed an experimental technique to be part of this. It's called the strange situation test. Basically, what she wanted to do was to make the baby's attachment behavioral system turn off and turn on in the lab. So, baby and mother come to the lab and they go into a room. There are some toys around. A stranger comes in, hangs out for a while, then the stranger leaves, then the mother leaves, baby's alone. Then the stranger comes back, then the mother comes back as the stranger leaves again, and it's over. So basically what you're looking at is, does the baby use the mother as a secure base to explore, or is he more clingy? How does the baby respond to the stranger? How does he respond when the mother leaves? And how does he respond when the mother comes back?